Hello, and welcome to episode 27 of my Endwalker playthrough. We have just, well, not so much buried as laid to rest the two people that we were looking for. So let's see what happened to the kid. Estinian stands in silence, a grim expression on his face. Are you ready then? In that case, let's head to Parker's stand. No doubt Vrtra is waiting for us. That's interesting. This one is going to give me an Aether Current, but the other two Aether Current quests haven't appeared yet. Let's just teleport back over there. I have got the remaining Aether Currents in the area. Just the quests we're missing. Rest easy, for all is well here. Young Matsaya returned with the babe safe in his arms. Owing to a warm bed, the girl hath already begun to regain her strength. Less joyously received was word of the mother and father's fate, as well as that their transformed neighbours. How many children of Favnia must we lose to this calamity? Mother and father, brother and sisters, sons and daughters. Every death another void that can never be filled. We who survive must carry on the weight of their memory as we strive to regain a semblance of what we have lost. Griesef and Mivan's baby is a child of Favnia as well. I thank you for returning her to us safely. Or to us safe. Oh great, most merciful worm, I have not the words to express my gratitude. They say that were it not for you, brave Mitsuya and the child would have been lost to us forever. Long have I heard the rumours that a mighty dragon had forged a pact of friendship with the Vrtra, but never would I have expected such a kind and gentle soul. Truth in part, but not in whole. I am Vrtra. For years uncounteth hath this isle served as mine abode. An isle I have ruled over as satrap, with Arwain as my loyal servant. Are my ears to be believed? You were the true satrap all along? When did she get here? Nidhana, what are you doing here? I heard from the Radiant that you had gone to help the people of Palek's stand in their time of need, and so I and several of my colleagues from the Great Works came to offer our services. The alchemists have already brewed up some potions for Milvan's daughter. But enough about us. You and your role are far greater and if you were the true satrap all along. Could it be that young Valshal was created to serve as your emissary? Thou didst suspect the boy was but a simulacrum? A rumour has circulated for many years that around the High Crucible, that our most skilled alchemists were once commissioned by the satrap's family in secret to fashion a mammoth indistinguishable from a living boy. Looking at Vashana, with that knowledge, I simply put two and two together. I was not alone in drawing this conclusion, but like me, they no doubt recognised that Satrap was using the simulacrum to work more closely with his people, and decided not to push the issue. I had always assumed one of Alwen's associates was manipulating it from afar, though the truth is indeed far more surprising. It is an honour to meet you in the flesh, Master Vrtra. Pray allow me to express my gratitude. If you had not believed in and given unto us your scales, I do not know where we would be. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. 'Twas thy and thine fellow alchemists that fashioned the means to unmake the tower. You were the saviour, not only of Vazathan, but the star. You are far too kind, you are, Master Vrtra. For the star yet wants for salvation. Once more, my colleagues and I commit the knowledge and resources at our disposal to the mission of aiding the people in their darkest hour. 'Twould seem this place is in good hands. I would return to see how Vazathan fares. What will you do, Scions? I worry for the survivors we met at Pursa. Shall we pay them a visit before making our way back? In that case, might I ask a favour? Nothing too burdensome, I promise. This way. Oh, Nathan, running through the dark jungle, there was a time when I thought all was lost. Had Master Vrtra and Estinian not arrived when they did? No, I must focus on the good. Melvan's precious daughter is safe and sound, and that's all that matters. Vrtra chose to reveal his identity to the villagers of Palka's stand before all others. A wise choice, considering the warm reception. He even seemed a little relieved. It remains to be seen how the people of Vazathan will take the news, but if this was any indication, he need not worry. What a lovely aroma. I wonder what sort of spices those are. Curious, isn't it? The burning sky is so ominous, yet the crackling flame here are somehow calming. Needs to simmer, just a bit longer, I'd say. In the meantime, I was hoping I might ask you a few questions. The red sky, these terrible beasts. What in the name of the sisters is happening here in Thavnir? Oh my, that's rather a lot to take in. It would seem the situation is even more grave than we suspected. Thank you, friend. And my colleagues and I will use your knowledge to see if we can further our own research. And with that, here we are. A pot of boiling hot chow, brewed from my own secret recipe of spices and tea leaves, together with a healthy helping of rich milk and the purest sugar. I've made enough for everyone in the village. Might I trouble you to deliver a few cups? The drink has medicinal properties, then? Not at the least. The ingredients are quite ordinary. It is so very tasty, though, and it's halfway, and has a way of lifting the spirits. The spicy aroma and distinctive sweetness of chow is a simple, everyday pleasure on our island. Sometimes the best medicines are the simplest. A lovely sentiment, Nidhana. By all means, allow us to assist. While you lot distribute hot beverage, I'll do a sweep for errand beasts to slay. A far less arduous task, no doubt. When you've finished, look for me at the Wakeful Torana. Oh. Find 3 people we must. Look at them all, lazing about, knowing full well beasts might strike again at any moment. Do they not realise their lives are in danger? Well, I for one intend to survive. I'm too young to die. Yes, I'll leave this island behind if I must. But where would I go? Is anywhere safe these days? A mug of piping hot chow brewed from aromatic tea leaves, flavoured with Nidhana's secret blend of herbs and spices, then mixed with rich milk. I'm not sure who it is I'm talking to. I think I'm talking to the woman in the front. No, you're right. It's precisely times like this. Oh, sorry. But where would I go? Is anywhere safe? A cup of chow? Can't you see I have more important things to worry about? No, you're right. It is precisely in times like this we must strive to remain calm and steady. I do believe I'll visit the Elder and see what needs to be done. If there is any way I can aid my village and my friends, I will do it. Wait, I know you. You were the one who saved us from those beasts back in the temple. Were it not for you, well, let's not even think about that. At times like this, we mustn't dwell on what might have been, but look to the future. But what future awaits us? How can Mazakhan hope to recover from this? Most of my friends are gone, and I don't know where to turn. Have a drink. A cup of chai? Chai? I don't think it is actually chow. Yeah, there's no I, so I think it's chai? Well, if you insist. Ah, the aroma has a way of clearing the mind. Come to think of it, we've faced our fair share of trials in the past, and no matter how hard the times, we've always come together as a people united. One day at a time, one step at a time. That's all any of us can do. Yes, back to work, once I finish this cup. Thank you. I'm curious how my cold reading is, aside from the fact that I'm tripping over my words, whether or not I am imparting the right emotions to the words. Probably the best way to say it. Around the back? Oh, there's a chocobo keep here. No, up top. I've seen them. I'm sorry. I just want to be left alone. My best friend and I, we fled the village together. One of those beasts took him, and it was all I could do to run. All the while, I could hear this monstrous voice screaming my name. This is for me? We used to drink this tea together often. Shared stories over a steaming cup after a hard day's work. Thank you, friend. The pain may never pass, but I must press on all the same, for his memory and for those who we must remember. Oh, looky! Now they have appeared. Well, I guess I'm doing those later. Unless the game says now you need to fly. Which I doubt. Thank you for delivering the chai, Nathan. Did it help lift the villagers' spirits? Most certainly did. That's heartening to hear, indeed. The final days show no signs of abating, but that's all the more reason that we must try to keep our composure. Our lives have been forever changed. The people we have lost will never return to us. These tragedies will long weigh on our hearts. But we have the capacity to live with our suffering, to carry the agony till we too join the fallen in death. It is not a surrender, but a recognition, for it is only in acceptance that we find the strength to move forward. And we get a cup of tea. can stay there. Matsuya is eyeing you as if there is something he wants to say. As you have finished your deliveries, might I talk for a moment? I was curious, you know, what became of Mavan's and Krasaf's remains? Oh, thank you, friend. Surely they will be able to rest peacefully by each other's side. I and the people of Palakistan will perform the rites as soon as we are able. As for the child, it will not be easy for her, growing up without her parents, but I promise to do what I can. Once she is able to eat solid foods, the fish I catch will help nourish her. Well, we finished delivering the chai, but I do believe everyone has a piping hot cup. I could almost believe there's magic at work, how their tensions fade with every sip. Let us pray that Palakistan has seen the last of those transformations, at least for now. They are still at risk, as is every village in Thavnir, like as not. Still, I trust we can leave this place in the care of our friends from the Radiant and the High Crucible. Shall we return to Vrtra? By all means, do not let us keep you further. There are still many who have need of your wisdom and strength to deliver them from this terrible calamity. And I will do what I can as well. I will bring rations and supplies from Alkia. We have plenty to spare. Let us find Estinian and be on our way. Where did he wander off to again? Then Wakeful Turan, near the bridge to Vrtra, as I recall. Very well then. Okay. If it ends up being the case that we do in fact need to do these two, then I will temporarily stop this recorder and stitch the two together after I've got them done. Until then, I will see you at Vrtra, or the entrance there too. Here we are. I have appraised Estinian of the situation of Palakistan, so we needn't have that conversation. How do you suppose the others have fared in the capital? I hope things have not been too eventful in our absence. Alphino told me everything. Full glad am I to hear that the people are safe. Likewise, you'll be pleased to know that I found no evidence of lingering beasts in the jungles and ruins. It would seem you finished off the last of them. Trying times yet lie ahead for people of Thavnir. Fortunately, they have a wise and benevolent Satrap to shepherd them through. Speaking of which, I received word from Thancred not a short while ago. He awaits our return to the city on Alzandala's path. It will be a struggle for the people to come to terms with these tragedies, but they are far stronger than you might think. The poor old woman who became a beast said her grandson had gone to Palakistan. I hope he survived. There is a lingering sense of desolation here, but that is much preferable to panic and chaos we saw before. It's good to see you safe. Given the skies, 'tis all too easy to fear the worst. I am pleased to report that we've succeeded in quelling the threat here in the city. The beasts have all been felled, and the citizens are safe for now. I've also heard from the Radiant that an important proclamation will be made in the city square, though they said no more than that. Might you have any idea what this is about? So Vrtra is finally coming out from behind the curtain. I suppose we, too, should hear what he has to say. To Mekhadua, then. But before that, it would appear that word of the assembly has not yet reached all the citizens. If anyone along the way seems unaware, we'd best enlighten them. In other words, you are not allowed to teleport straight there. God damn them. Are all the beasts gone? I've been hiding, and I'm too scared to go out and look. Oh, that's a relief. I thought one of those beasts was going to eat me. I wonder where Vashira is. He's the slowest runner. I hope he got away. He could be with the people. He could. Try again. He could be with the people from the palace. Maybe I'll see him in the square. Leave me be, please. I swear to you, my flesh tastes absolutely terrible. Oh gods, what are you doing? Scaring me like that. If we weren't quite... if we're not quite quiet, those beasts will find us. The square, you say? But that's where the satrap was killed. With my very eyes, I saw him crushed in that creature's maw. So many lives lost. Such terrible carnage. And you say there is someone else who would lead Razathan instead? Whoever are they? If they say anything to sully the memory of our beloved satrap, I'll make them regret it. Everyone is here. It would seem the people still have lingering doubts, and I cannot blame them. Yet, if we know what strength is afforded, us with one of the first brood on our side, I have faith the citizenry will come to understand and accept him in time. Worm and man, working towards a common goal. I heard you were able to bring the situation in Palakstand under control. Every life lost is a tragedy, but you should take pride in what you're doing, or doing what you could. When I assumed command during the earlier panic, I did so instinctively and out of necessity. 'Twas not my place to give orders, but I am glad the people heeded them. But now that they have no need of a true leader, a magnanimous and just satrap who can guide them every step of the way. Fortunately, they are blessed with one such soul. If anyone can protect and guide them through this calamity, it is he. I may have been reading too much today, and my voice is starting to go. People are slowly making their way here, but many more are still gripped by fear and doubt. Hopefully, Vrtra's message of hope will resonate strongly enough with the ones willing to listen, and spread to every corner of Favnia. Welcome back, Nathan. Alphino told me everything. I was pleased to hear that Vrtra has chosen to reveal himself at last. The people of Razathan need a strong and wise satrap more than ever. Finished rounding up the stragglers? The proclamation will begin shortly. Let's wait here, lest we miss something important. Actually, I shouldn't stand directly on the destination. Why does this music ring a bell from somewhere else?
Look, someone's coming.
Undertale. The starting part of that song is reminiscent of Undertale.
People of Razathan, it warms my heart to see so many brave, resilient souls before me. Today, I would share with you a great revelation. But before I do, I must make a humble request. Do not be alarmed, nor avert your eyes. See the one I unveil for who he is, and know that he means you no harm.
Very well. I dare say it can't be worse than the horrors we've already seen.
Many thanks.
A dragon!
Wow!
People of Vrtra, I am Vrtra, and for years uncounted hath this isle served as mine abode. 'Tis as the Satrap's ally I am known. Today, I would reveal the truth unto you.
Let us hope they accept him.
If I am hearing this right, you were the satrap all along?
Vashan! I mean, Master Vrtra, does your divine eye really see all?
Nay, child. While mine eye hath borne witness to the whole of our nation's history, to its future I am blind as thee. Countrymen, calamity the likes of which we have never known is come to Fafnir, our home. Friends and loved ones have been taken from us. I, too, have lost my closest confidant. Ahawan loved this land and served it with dignity till his dying breath. A nobler satrap there will never be. For so long, I lacked the courage to face you. I will not easily earn your trust, this I know. And yet, I cannot sit idly by and abandon Vrtra to her fate. A font of boundless vibrancy, this jewel of the ocean. Since time immemorial, hath she glittered with every color imaginable. To this dragon, slumbering in his dark lair, 'twas a mesmerizing sight, and one that brought no end of joy to my heart. This calamity hath stolen too much from you already, yet so long as you live, the light of Vrtra will never be extinguished. I pray you let me watch over it, over you, and lend me your strength, that we might face this trial and those to come as one.
I do not know you, dragon, but I thank you for speaking the truth to us. As divinities, both Manusha and Riga once joined together, so too do I believe that hand in hand, we can overcome this ordeal. and welcome an era of peace.
A sight that would have surely brought a smile to Azael's face.
Indeed.
Excuse me, but I must speak with the Satrap at once.
Father.
You have suffered dearly of late, yet you must endeavor to look beyond these losses to the future you yet have. On behalf of the Forum of Sharlayan, I come with a proposal by which you, the people of Vrtra, might be saved. I say again, I must speak with your Satrap. I beseech you, take me to him with all possible haste.
I am Satrap here. Speak thy proposal. All present shall hear and judge.
If I have given offense, then I apologize. First, allow me to share with you what knowledge we have of the phenomenon responsible for your woes. The final days. 'Tis an affliction of stagnancy and rot, sown into the currents of the star. Though the first prominent manifestation was here, in Thavner, it will invariably spread to every corner of the world. The Forum was forewarned of this apocalypse several centuries ago. Thenceforth, my predecessors sought to prepare for the end times in the only conceivable fashion, by securing a means of escape.
Escape the star? What madness is this?
'Tis by no means madness. With the coming of the 7th umbral calamity, the true nature of the Red Moon, Dalamud, was revealed. That it was an artificial construct of ancient Alag. But what of the Silver Moon? This celestial satellite is yet another technological marvel fashioned and maintained by ancient allies. A ship that will sail the heavens and deliver our people from destruction. And by our people, I speak not only of Sharlayan. We mean to save every man, woman, and child it is within our power to save. Including you, our dear friends of Vrtra. Recent events necessitate adjustments be made, and quickly, but we can and will escort you safely to the moon.
Long has thy Forum been allies to Thavner. I trust thou dost not extend this offer lightly. Yet I wonder, is this truly the way? Is there a future to be built for us beyond this star our father deemed the last bastion of hope?
It is for that very reason I come before you and your people. To answer any and all of your questions. To offer my assurances and allay your fears. Though, if you wish the best for your people, I advise you to render your decision swiftly.
Show our friends to Megaduta. They are to be received as honored guests. Worry not. Whatever decision is reached, your paths shall be yours to decide. Until then, heed the warning of these brave heroes. Guard your hearts against fear and despair, for it is within such fertile soil that the seeds of blasphemy find purchase. Remain calm and attend to your daily tasks. I shall return anon.
We'll do as you say, Master Vrtra. We believe in you.
Nidhana, you're running quickly. Nidhana, rather, sorry.
Oh, you're still here. What a relief.
Okay, so you're not in a panic, that's okay.
Nidhana, what's the matter? Has something happened at Palika's stand?
Did her voice give you that impression? She just sounded relieved that we hadn't run away yet. Not that there was something wrong.
Oh, no, not that I know of. I just hope to hear your thoughts on a theory of mine. All who undergo the transformation are drained of their ether, yes? What is it then that gives these beasts the strength to carry on as they do?
I have an answer to your theory, but I forget the word you used. It's whatever energy is you prescribe to emotions.
Logically, they must be drawing upon an alternate form of vital energy. That put me in mind of our earlier conversation, when I tried to explain the essence which many confuse with ether.
Akasha. Yes, I remember. The unseen gift bestowed from on high. An energy influenced solely by emotion.
Yes, yes. In this instance, negative ones set Akasha into motion, thereby infusing the beasts with vitality. I posit this as the mechanism by which the beasts are born and sustained. Ah, do you still have that flower?
I do. I don't anymore.
If we accept that it once shone bright by drawing upon Akasha, influenced by the thoughts of those nearby, then fear, terror, despair, negative emotions so powerful as to suffocate it, permeated the air in this place. You must be very careful. The forces which drive the final days may be beyond our ability to perceive. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you like that. At any rate, I will continue my research into Akasha. Do temper your expectations, however. There are sadly few detailed studies upon which I may draw.
Formulating a new theory as you have is itself no small feat. I wish you well in your endeavors, and pray you take care.
Thank you. You stay safe as well, yes? Till next we meet, and we will meet again.
The solution sits ill with me. But if life has taught me anything, it's that there is little to be gained from arguing with Sharlians. We must take it upon ourselves to find a better way. Even were Vrtra to acquiesce to their proposal, just how do the Sharlians intend to transport the nation's entire populace to the moon? We have no better, safer course of action to offer them than fleeing to the moon. I know this. And yet Vrtra and his people love their homes. There must be something we can do. That soldier of the Radiant there, if I'm not mistaken, he accompanied Arwain to Banispet. Could it be that he knew Vrtra's identity all along? Under normal circumstances, the Fallen's proposal would be regarded as sheer madness. But when the sky burns, even madness can sound appealing. Doubtless Vrtra is loath to abandon his home, and yet, absent of other options, he cannot dismiss the option out of hand. As far as we have come, and after the horrors we have seen, there is still so much we do not know about the final days. Could it be, as Nidhana has said, that the cause of this phenomenon is beyond our comprehension? And, if so, are we powerless to forestall it? Okay, well, I'm fairly sure... I don't know, we might be able to get this done in 20 minutes. It's not like it's going to be another... Yeah, because I've got some trimming to be doing anyway. So, let's continue on for this last quest. And hopefully it isn't a gigantic cutscreen. The Radiant Host Soldier has a message for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Greeting, honoured Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have a message from His Excellency. There's a trap. Brave Scions, you have my gratitude for aiding my people in this most trying of times. Alas, matters here at Megadoon prevent me from meeting you all in person. As a token of mine appreciation, I have arranged for a feast to be held in your honour. May it nourish you and prepare you for the trials ahead. Such are the words of Master Vrtra. The feast he speaks of awaits you at Medride's May. I want to pronounce that Mayhem, but it's Mayhana. Pray, make your way there whenever your business here is done. We thank you for your kindness. Indeed, I was hoping we might find a place to discuss our next course of action, and that seems an ideal venue. And to you, Nathan Skidmore, there's someone we had hoped to introduce you to in particular. While I am loath to detain you further, might you spare a moment of time? A personal invitation. Knowing full well your services are in the highest demand right now. This must be important. Worry not, we'll save some food for you, so take all the time you need. Thank you, friend. Whenever you're ready, please join me in the Aetherite Plaza. I shall go on ahead. Access to the Aetherite you see here has been restricted to a select few ever since the tower first appeared. We sincerely apologise for the inconvenience, but it was deemed too dangerous to permit the free movement of visitors at a time of emergency, a risk we could not take. In light of recent developments, however, Sir Trap has decided that such restrictions would only hinder our efforts to combat the final days. As such, I would encourage you to attune to the Aetherite before proceeding along the corridor. Finally! Okay, where do he want me to head? Toward the Radiant Host. Why did I run here? I could have used the Aetherite. I have it unlocked. You must be wondering what this place is. You stand in the hall of the Radiant Host, from where our leadership oversee all of Razitan's military operations. Sundrop, our destination, lies just ahead. Aha! This is where the role quests all are. Welcome to Sundrop. Without further ado, let me introduce you to... Oh, so you're the famous Nathan Skidmore, eh? Well, I knew it the moment you stepped through the door. You've the look of one who's walked through hell. Sire Bria, please, you're speaking to the satrap's honoured guest and the saviour of our people. You cannot show a modicum, or can you not show a modicum of respect? What disrespect is there to paying a fellow warrior a compliment? You're all friends here, or we soon will be, or will be soon enough. More formally then, for the benefit of my countrymen, it's a pleasure to have you among us, with us. O great champion of Eorzea, scion of the Seventh Dawn, warrior of light, and all-around good egg, I'm sure. This talk of egg reminds me I'm late for dinner. What is this place? I hear you've been to Kugani, where you've seen all sorts of foreign embassies and whatnot. Well, we've got them here in Razatan too. The other islands send delegates to oversee trade and diplomatic dealings. Then there are military matters to discuss, which is why there are officers stationed here in Sundrop. I'd imagine you're more than familiar with each of the nations they represent, yes? We've got a representative from Doma. Udar and Alamigo. Limson and Mincer. Gridania. And last but never let it say at least, Ishgard. They're the eyes, ears and mouths that bridge the distance between Razatan and their respective homelands. We've used this brief reprise to share the details of our plight with our overseas counterparts. And would you know it? All of their leaders requested a few words from you specifically. You're a man in high demand, eh? And so, would you mind regaling us with your own account? Indulge us before you indulge yourself. Thank you for the report. The conditions under which men are turned to beasts, the etheric anomalies you have observed, you have given us much to consider. It is concerning that the first transformation apparently occurred before the sky turned red, which is contrary to what one would expect. Thankfully, the information you conveyed to Lucia upon your return from the moon has already proved invaluable. As soon as reports of calamity here in Fafnir reached the grand companies of Eorzea and our Far Eastern allies, our leaders knew at once that the final days were indeed upon us. They began taking steps to assess the extent of the phenomenon's spread. Our agents were able to confirm that, for the time being, the skies burn only over the boundary, over the bounty, including this island and Corvos. Alas, that is of little comfort. Aye. All throughout Allied lands there have been reports of people transforming into hideous beasts. From what little we have learned, these incidents are similar in nature to that involving the merchant Kalzana. As was the case here, the victims underwent the change prior to the heavens being set ablaze. And so, while the burning skies have yet to manifest beyond the bounty, the transformations do not appear to be subject to any similar restrictions. If anyone anywhere overcome by despair can turn, then nowhere is safe. That's about the size of it. Speaking of which, we ought to give these creatures a name, don't you think? Here in Razatan, we've taken to call in the first change, which tends to be the biggest, blasphemers. As fits a name as any, To ensure clarity in future communications, we shall urge our comrades to adopt this terminology. Our leaders have taken measures to deal with the threat to the best of our abilities. Aye, each nation has assembled their own group of elite soldiers to put down these so-called blasphemers and their spawn, as and when they appear. At the same time, they are doing all in their power to put people's minds at ease, to prevent panic and fear from spreading. That said, brave souls with strength and fortitude to fell these terrible fiends are not easily found. Just so, and it is for that very reason that we turn to you. Pray, lend us your strength, and help us slay the blasphemes that plague our homelands. Now, you don't have to give your reply before dinner. I should also mention that each blasphemy seems to possess wildly different characteristics. What works well against one may serve you poorly against another. So before you go rushing off to save everyone, have a word with the delegates. They'll tell you what to expect. And with that, I do believe our friend has a feast to attend. Spare thought for us when you're tucking into that fine cuisine, eh? You've gained access to Roll Quest for Endwalker. A separate quest line and story is now available for tank, melee DPS, physical range DPS, magical range DPS, and healer roles. To undertake these quests, speak with any delegate in the Sundrop, and agree to help defeat the blasphemies that plague their respective homelands. I am curious as to what level these quests start at, because we get them at level 85, and they start at level 85. Okay, so you have to be level 85 to do them. I don't know how long they are. I did say I would do the melee DPS one as part of this playthrough. I'm not going to grab it now, but I did say I would do it. My problem is that Monster Hunter Rise is going to be well out before I finish the MSQ, at least before you finish watching me play the MSQ. So I don't know if I'm actually going to end up doing the others. Pray, forgive Shibrana's rudeness. She can be a bit boisterous at times, but it's simply her nature. Anyway, I apologise for keeping you from your hard-earned rest. You'll be rejoining your companions, yes? Do you know the way the way to the Nidhana? I know as at hand like the back of my hand. I have a teleport just outside, I do believe. Glad to hear you've become familiar with our fair city. You'll be pleased to hear that all the drinks are on the house, so order whatever suits your fancy. And with that, I must return to my post. On behalf of all of the Radiant hosts, I thank you and your friends once more for lending your strength and courage at Razatan's time of need. We shall endeavour to fight the good fight to the end, that we may honour Alidwan's legacy and serve Master Vrtra well. You have my word that your efforts will not be in vain. We do have one just outside. No need for a cut, because we just click here, and then we click here, and we have arrived. That door seems slightly superfluous, given that the balcony has direct access. Oh, there you are. Shall we talk to everyone first? See if it's worth talking to everyone first. Forgive me for not waiting to make a toast. My throat was utterly parched. I know I must eat to regain my strength, but between you and me, I don't have much of an appetite. I'm overdue for a good meal. Yeah, they don't really have much to say. Welcome. When the satrap asked us to entertain a party of honoured guests, I was wondering who it might be. It's a lovely surprise, to say the least. By the way, I heard all about Khalizan from your friend Grahat here. I understand there was nothing could be done, but I was heartened to hear that he meant us no harm. I cannot thank you enough for dispatching the beasts. As the smallest token of our thanks, your food and drinks tonight are me rider's treat. Speaking of which, what shall I start you off with? Piping up mug of tea, please. Glass of your finest bit. Just water. Water. Just water. There, let's have this. We didn't have the advantage of having one back there. As you wish. Pray join your friends and I will bring you your drink. Welcome back. Whatever did the Radiant want with you, pray tell? Our allies have sent military delegates. That's news to me. Mind sharing the details?
So blasphemies now plague all the realm.
It will only get worse if what Father said is true, as it did in Amarot.
If that's our model, then shouldn't we expect the effects to grow more severe as it feeds off its own spread? As if people transforming into those monstrosities wasn't bad enough. If the flora and fauna, if the land itself turned against us.
No one would survive.
Here's your order, friend. May you find comfort in these dark times.
Where do we go from here? If there's one thing we've learned, fighting blindly and simply reacting to what comes will accomplish nothing. We must find a solution that addresses the fundamental cause. Before our strength is exhausted, before this crisis spirals out of control. Is there something, anything we've overlooked?
If there is an answer, Hydaelyn herself will have it. 'Twas she who bound Zodiac and forestalled the final days. Alas, we have heard naught from her since the Tower of Babel. Whether she cannot or will not speak, I can only speculate. Even the flower she gave us is no more. So advised the Watcher. But what could be the significance of that name? It is entirely unfamiliar to me.
But maybe not the Sharlayan archives.
To me as well. It meant something to the ancients, though. In our time.
Most surely. Yet I do not recall a single mention of it in the records of Anida.
Another dead end. And quite literally. It's not as if there are any ancients living we could go and ask.
Not alive as such, but not quite dead.
Say what? Elizabeth. He's still in the Crystal Tower on the first.
I sealed him in the White Horus site at the Crystal Tower back on the first. Contained within that reservoir of ether that maintains it, ether that is returned little by little to the sea, naught may remain of his soul. However, if part of it lingers, we might be able to speak with him there. I know we can no longer make that journey, but you, my friend, still can.
There would be an opportunity to look in on the others as well.
Thank you, my friend. That would mean much to me.
If nothing else, should we learn the First is safe, we'll have that much more reason to keep fighting the good fight. That said, the odds are not in our favor, to say the least. Which is why we're fortunate to have Urianger up there on the moon, working hard to make all the necessary preparations for our departure, should it come to it.
And why we have nothing to lose by staying the course till the last instant.
Indeed. To the last, let us all do what we can. I will consult with Master Matoya and see if she knows of a way to reach Hydaelyn from the ethereal sea.
And I will visit the nation's leaders and attempt to ascertain how far the final days have progressed elsewhere.
Keep me abreast of your findings. I can seek out and slay the worst of the immediate threats, if only to slow the spread.
Unease, terror, despair. Try as we might to suppress them, these emotions will return to harry us time and time again. But when they do, remember this. Your friends and loved ones are out there somewhere, sharing in your struggle. You are not alone.
So ends the brief respite before the next revelation. Yes, so much left for you to see. Where beginning ends, and end begins.
Nothing like a feast to lift the spirits. I trust you enjoyed yourself as well? If the Forum truly has been spurred into action by Hydaelyn's prophecy, then it is not odd that the anti-tower was entrusted to Master Matoya, who bears them no love. Then is it not odd? She no doubt has a reason for this, and I would know what it is. Beasts and blasphemies may be running amok in nearby lands, outside the influence of Azathan and the Alliance. If so, I may need to go hunting. Well, I suppose I do feel better on a full stomach after all. Burning skies, blasphemies, if I've not got anything to say about it. Not if I've got anything to say about it. The final days, how far has this phenomenon spread, and how does it manifest itself in each land? I must reach out to my friends in each nation and find out all that I can. Now then, if there's anything we've forgotten to mention, are your arms and armour in good order? In that case, it's time we each attended to our task. And when you arrive on the first, give my regards to Reen. Tell her I miss her. Alright, we shall call it there for the episode. It is past 1 hour, although it may get cut down to less than. We'll see. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show, and hopefully I will see you next time. I have some Aphicon quest to do. Cheerio.